And Salon Centric have replied to the backlash after GYPSY recently went shopping there. A few days ago, GYPSY Rose Blanchard posted a YT video about how she was coloring her own hair, and in this video, she goes shopping at a Salon Centric store, a store that you have to be a licensed cosmetologist to shop at. Yesterday, this creator posted her own video asking, why is it that GYPSY Rose Blanchard was able to purchase products from this store? Was she using someone else's license? She obviously doesn't have a license. Why was she allowed to purchase these products? That comment and says, I apologize for any issues. I was unaware that I needed a license upon entering the store and was told midway through shopping. And the lady said that she would allow me to complete my purchase this time. Like I said, I was not aware of this requirement upon shopping. This person named Jamie says that even Google says you need to be a licensed professional, she will know accountability because in her head, she is and will always be a victim. Her PO lets her get away with everything, so she will know right from wrong. GYPSY then replies to her comment saying, you seem to have a biased opinion, not because of this situation, but because of my past. So it's a personal dislike you have. I said my truth. It's unfortunate, but you don't know me and I apologized for the situation. She then replies again saying, I didn't see a sign. I saw a sign that said enter at this store, but I googled where to buy Redken toner and SC popped up, so I went without much thought to it. I thought it was no different than Sally's. A few people are also saying this in the comments, that once the employee told her she couldn't shop there, that she should have left. This employee probably shouldn't have let her continue her purchase and will likely face repercussions for that. But
GYPSY Rose Blanchard has once again found herself in the middle of a firestorm, except this time, it's not just internet gossip or controversy over a TikTok. No, this could be the situation that brings actual legal consequences crashing down on her. Multiple sources have confirmed that GYPSY is currently under formal investigation for violating the terms of her parole. And this isn't a case of accidentally stepping out of line, it's a serious situation that could potentially send her right back to prison. It all kicked off when GYPSY uploaded a seemingly innocent vlog, where she walked her followers through a do-it-yourself hair bleaching session. The tone was light, and she made it seem like it was just another quirky moment in her post-prison glow-up era. But the bleach job was a total disaster, blotchy, uneven, and clearly done without professional guidance. That, in itself, wasn't the issue. The real problem came when she proudly shared that she had spent nearly $500 on professional-grade hair products. Where did she get these products from? A little place called Salon Centric, a beauty supply store that caters exclusively to licensed professionals in the cosmetology industry. This isn't your neighborhood beauty mart where anyone can pick up a box of dye. Salon Centric is strictly for certified stylists and licensed cosmetologists. According to their policies, you can't even enter the store, let alone make a purchase, unless you provide a valid, verified cosmetology license. Here's the kicker, GYPSY has never had one. Ever. While she's mentioned in past videos that she had dreams of attending cosmetology school one day, specifically after having her daughter, there is no evidence that she ever actually followed through. The Louisiana Board of Cosmetology confirmed there is no record of her being enrolled, licensed, or affiliated with any legitimate cosmetology training. So how did she get in? That's the mystery fueling this investigation. Did she lie to get in? Did she use someone else's license or borrow credentials? Did a salon-centric employee recognize her, fan out, and just let her through because she's, well, GYPSY Rose? Or did she simply walk in and act like she belonged, hoping no one would question her? That's what officials are trying to find out. But she didn't just sneak in and stay quiet about it, she vlogged it. She showcased the products, talked about the experience, and basically handed over evidence on a silver platter. And that's when the beauty community erupted. A licensed hairstylist on TikTok, Lane Bro, was one of the first to publicly call GYPSY out. She didn't sugarcoat anything. She tagged Salon Centric directly and asked the question everyone was thinking: how did an unlicensed, recently incarcerated person just walk into a pro-only store, buy exclusive products, and then blast it online like it's no big deal? It was a fair question, especially coming from someone who's had to follow every single rule just to maintain her professional standing, and she wasn't the only one. Dozens, if not hundreds, of licensed stylists began flooding social media, particularly the comment sections of Salon Centric's pages and Lane's TikToks. They shared personal stories about being denied entry for minor things, like forgetting their license in the car or having an expired card. Some said they'd been double-checked, questioned, and even denied service just for trying to buy shampoo. Seeing GYPSY get what appeared to be a celebrity free pass had people absolutely furious. Eventually, Salon Centric couldn't stay silent. They released a public statement, confirming that yes, a celebrity had recently gained access to one of their stores without proper credentials. They didn't name her outright, but come on. We all know who they meant. In their words, they are in the initial stages of our investigation and are implementing new measures to ensure this doesn't happen again. Basically, they admitted the rules were broken, and now they're trying to clean up the mess. But here's where things go from messy to infuriating. GYPSY didn't respond with humility or accountability. She didn't explain. She didn't clarify. She didn't apologize. She did what she always does when she's caught in a lie or contradiction. She doubled down and played it cool. No real comment, no acknowledgement of the outrage, just silence and deflection. And that silence is speaking volumes. Now, the Louisiana Board of Cosmetology is officially involved, digging into how this all happened. They're trying to determine if GYPSY knowingly misrepresented herself, if someone else enabled her, or if she violated any laws in the process of accessing and purchasing restricted professional products.
Did GYPSY Rose Blanchard violate her parole? Let's get into it. Because first it was Omi TV talking to minors, then it was furry filters acting like a furry. Now GYPSY Rose allegedly used someone's professional license to buy restricted salon products in Louisiana, baby. This timeline is fried and overprocessed. GYPSY posted a video of her shopping at Salon Centrics. Now this is a pro-only store where you have to have a licensed cosmetologist ID to buy anything or be in cosmetology school. She filmed herself grabbing developer, lightener, and pro-only brands. These products are not open to the public. Now Salon Centric later responded publicly saying a celebrity was able to shop in one of our B2B stores. We're investigating. And GYPSY, she commented saying she didn't know nothing about a license requirement, but was allegedly able to check out this one time only. Now, keep in mind, there's signs all over the store about them not selling to just anybody.
I'm just gonna say it. If GYPSY Rose gets a free pass to shop at Salon Centric, then I too want my one-day free pass to shop at Salon Centric because I have not dyed my hair in so long and I'm this close to getting a box. And I don't want to do that. I want to go to Salon Centric. A free pass to shop at Salon Centric, then I too want my one-day free pass to shop at Salon Centric because I have not dyed my hair in so long and I'm this close to getting a box. And I don't want to do that. I want to go to Salon Centric.
I would just like to know which Salon Centric allowed GYPSY Rose to purchase those professional products. We know she does not have a cosmetology license. You can literally look it up on the Louisiana State Board of Cosmetology records. Does she pretend to be someone else? Did she give them someone else's name? Did she bring someone else's license? Did she make a fake license? There's so many questions here. And not to mention the question to Salon Centric. What the hell? As a stylist, we trust that you're selling to stylists and not the everyday person. I don't know. Salon Centric should be held accountable. And this is making me believe that GYPSY hasn't changed much. She's still conning people.
And because she's still on parole, any legal infraction, no matter how small, could result in serious consequences. The bigger issue here isn't just whether GYPSY lied her way into a store. It's about what this situation represents. Licensed cosmetologists go through real training, pay fees, pass tests, and follow strict guidelines to legally work in this field. And here's GYPSY, who didn't do any of that, walking in, shopping like a pro, and flexing about it on camera. It reeks of entitlement, celebrity privilege, and a complete disregard for the rules everyone else has to follow. This incident is just the latest example of what many people see as a troubling pattern with GYPSY, skating by, avoiding accountability, and bending the truth when it suits her. From monetizing her story, to dodging backlash, to now potentially violating legal restrictions, all while acting like she's untouchable. But this time, she may not get away with it. GYPSY posted a video showing her bleaching her hair at home, casually mentioning that she dropped nearly $500 on salon-grade products. But here's the catch, those products weren't from a regular store. She got them from Salon Centric, a professional-only supplier that's supposed to sell exclusively to licensed cosmetologists. The company has strict rules, and to even enter one of their locations, you typically need to show a valid cosmetology license at the door. GYPSY, however, doesn't have a license. She's never been licensed, and though she's talked about possibly going to cosmetology school one day, there's no record of her enrolling anywhere. That left everyone asking, how did she get in and make a purchase? And more importantly, why did she post about it online like it was no big deal? When the backlash started pouring in, especially from licensed stylists who have to follow the rules to the letter, GYPSY didn't take the high road. Instead of acknowledging that maybe she made a mistake, she pulled a classic move and shifted all the blame onto the salon-centric employee who helped her. She claimed she had no idea the store had restrictions, saying, "I didn't know I needed a license when I walked in. I found out halfway through, but the lady said I could finish my purchase." Now, if you've ever been to a place like Salon-Centric, you know how unlikely that story sounds. These stores usually have huge signs, security checks, and staff trained specifically to prevent unauthorized sales. It's not the kind of thing you can just miss. And considering GYPSY said she researched the store before going and filmed her entire experience for content, it's hard to believe she walked in completely oblivious. But let's pretend for a second that she really didn't know. Once she was told, she still had options. She could have put the products back and walked out. She could have respected the policy and avoided all of this. Instead, she chose to keep shopping, pay for the items, and then flex it all on social media like it was some kind of beauty haul victory. When people started pointing out how shady it looked, GYPSY didn't reflect. She went on the defensive, fast. She jumped into TikTok comment sections and started arguing with viewers, stylists, and anyone else who criticized her. And in a move that had everyone doing a double take, she tried to use a conversation with ChatGPT as proof that she was in the clear. No, seriously, she actually used AI screenshots to back up her claim that she didn't do anything wrong, insisting that the employee let her complete the purchase and that it wasn't her fault. But she didn't stop there. In one of her most shocking comments, GYPSY claimed this employee had a history of doing this, suggesting that the worker regularly lets unlicensed people buy products. She said, "ChatGPT even explained, it's not my fault. She bends the rules, not just for me." That crossed a whole new line. Because at that point, she wasn't just defending herself, she was accusing a regular store worker of repeatedly breaking company policy. Someone who probably thought they were just being helpful. Someone who didn't post online, didn't name GYPSY, and didn't try to stir up drama. But now, thanks to GYPSY's attempt to save face, that employee could be facing serious consequences. And what's worse is the way GYPSY seemed to do it so casually. As if this person's job and reputation didn't matter. As if all that mattered was clearing her own name. Rather than thanking the employee or quietly moving on, she turned them into the scapegoat, all to deflect attention from herself. The way she's handled this entire situation has rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, not just because she broke a rule, but because she immediately tried to make someone else take the fall.
Now replied to another comment on the hairstylist's original video and said, "Thank you, all mad because I bought some effing hair dye. Bruh, like, you know, there are real issues in our country right now, and y'all are mad about some damn hair care products." So the hairdresser then replies back to her telling her, like, this isn't about damn hair care products. This is about someone potentially losing their job and the liability that Salon-Centric will then carry selling professional items to people without licenses. She also did a video reply to someone's comment showing the portion of her vlog video where she's checking out at Salon-Centric, and you can see the bottom half of the cashier, the same person who allowed her to buy products without a license, who's likely going to lose their job. So now she's just exposed who the cashier is on her massive platform. She also attached a ChatGPT response where she asked ChatGPT if it was her fault or her responsibility that she bought these products. She also said, "I wanted to reply to you, Lauren, but didn't know how, so check out my video that I put under a comment. She didn't ask me for anything, she just checked me out. It was not malicious. Chat," she meant GPT, "even explained it's not my fault. She bends the rules, not just for me, but she said she does it all the time for other people." So GYPSY is further getting this employee in even more trouble. Lauren replied back to her, "I totally agree Salon-Centric is in the wrong and should be held accountable. I stated that in my first video, second video, and this one. There are a lot of questions here, and I'm glad to have answers, assuming they're true. The comment this video is in response to was just shitty considering there are consequences to those actions, and you just seem to not care and not see the bigger picture from the professional point of view and the employee." Lauren is 100% correct. GYPSY doesn't care about the employee or the business. She only cares about her own reputation. She does not care that potentially someone's going to lose their job over this because she's continuing to give more information out and posting a video of that employee at work.
And for many, it's not surprising. This is the same GYPSY who, time and time again, dodges accountability when things go sideways. She doesn't take a step back and ask, "What could I have done differently?" Instead, she scrambles to find someone else to blame, and this time, it might have real consequences for someone who probably never expected to be part of this mess. Instead of owning up to walking into a professional-only beauty supply store without a license, she instantly turned around and threw the poor store employee under the bus. According to her version of events, she just casually strolled into Salon Centric, completely unaware that you need a cosmetology license to shop there. Girl, really? And halfway through grabbing her $500 worth of salon-grade bleach and toners, someone magically told her the rule. But instead of stopping right there, she claimed the employee gave her the go-ahead to keep shopping anyway. Now let's be honest, Salon Centric is not some secret speakeasy. They're known to have bold signage everywhere stating, licensed pros only. And in some stores, they even check credentials right at the door. Are we really supposed to believe GYPSY? I film everything for content. Blanchard somehow missed that? She even said she Googled the store beforehand. So how do you Google a professional beauty supplier and not come across the license requirement? Even giving her the biggest benefit of the doubt, let's say she genuinely didn't know, she was told midway through shopping, right? That was her moment to stop, turn around, and leave, but nope, she kept pushing that cart, bought everything, and even proudly posted her little salon haul like she just discovered gold. And when the backlash came flooding in, from actual licensed professionals who've had to jump through hoops just to buy shampoo, GYPSY didn't pause, reflect, or say thank you to the employee who let her slide. Instead, she started blaming her. Loudly. She basically said, "Don't look at me, she's the one who let me do it." Like, what? That poor employee was probably trying to be nice, maybe even starstruck, and now they're getting dragged into corporate investigations and possibly risking their job, all because GYPSY couldn't own up to her mistake. And she didn't stop there. No, she hopped on TikTok and started defending herself in the comments like it was a full-time job. Arguing with stylists, fans, and random users, she even whipped out screenshots of a ChatGPT conversation to defend her behavior as if AI was her lawyer now. She seriously said it wasn't her fault because the employee bends the rules, not just for me. Like, girl, what are you doing? That one line sent shockwaves through the beauty industry. Now, she wasn't just saying she messed up, she implied this employee regularly breaks store policy. That's huge. That's not just messy, that's reckless.
Did GYPSY Rose Blanchard violate her parole? Let's get into it. Because first it was on TV talking to minors, then it was furry filters, acting like a furry. Now GYPSY Rose allegedly used someone's professional license to buy restricted salon products in Louisiana, baby. This timeline is fried and overprocessed. GYPSY posted a video of her shopping at Salon Centrics. Now, this is a pro-only store where you have to have a licensed cosmetologist ID to buy anything or be in cosmetology school. She filmed herself grabbing developer, lightener, and pro-only brands. These products are not open to the public. Now, Salon Centric later responded publicly saying a celebrity was able to shop in one of our B2B stores. We're investigating. And GYPSY, she commented saying she didn't know anything about a license requirement, but was allegedly able to check out this one time only. Now, keep in mind, there's signs all over the store about them not selling to just anybody. Here's where it gets serious. Under Louisiana state law, using somebody else's license to access restricted goods could fall under identity theft or fraud, okay? Now, that is Louisiana state law 67.16. Even allegedly pretending to be a licensed pro to obtain goods of value, like professional bleach or toner, can be a criminal offense in Louisiana. It doesn't matter if it's just hair dye. If a license was misused, that means fines, bans, and legal action. Now, of course, this comes right after she said she was going to stay brunette and she was trying to protect her hair. And, you know, she did the whole thing with her hair a couple of weeks ago. And now she allegedly bleached her hair at home, damaged it, and ran to the salon after spending $400 at Salon Centric. Make it make sense. If that sounds chaotic, baby, it is. And if any part of that involved misrepresenting herself or someone else, baby, that isn't just messy. That's illegal. If it turns out someone let her allegedly use their license to check out, that licensed professional could be at risk. Now, listen, Louisiana State Board of Cosmetology does not play about shared or misused credentials. Salon Centric said they're doing a full investigation, and if they determine that rules were broken, intentionally or not, this could have some real consequences, both for maybe GYPSY or the person using their license. They can be reported. The company can have issues too because they have to sign contracts with brands. So these brands could either pull it off the shelf or sue them, or maybe even both. This isn't her first time raising eyebrows at this point, especially in the past month alone. She's alone. She allegedly has been seen chatting to minors on Omi TV. She baited people with a fake ring photo. And, she was doing the furry filter thing. And she's just doing too much. And, it's giving manipulative, but when is she ever giving anything else? This isn't just influencer confusion. It's looking like a pattern of performative stunts that are allegedly reckless and potentially dangerous. Y'all, it's just getting crazier and crazier, and I really feel like people need to take this more serious than they're not. At this point, GYPSY is playing a risky game, testing the limits of her parole, her influence, and the law. And Louisiana might not be as forgiving as TikTok.
She put someone else's livelihood at risk just to save face. And the way she did it? So casually, like it was no big deal. As if this wasn't someone's actual job and reputation on the line. But this goes beyond beauty store drama, babe. The legal consequences here? Very real. In Louisiana, if you pretend to have a license, forge documents, or use someone else's info to buy professional-grade products, it's considered fraud, not a slap on the wrist. Not oopsie. We're talking criminal charges. Serious ones. The kind that could send someone back to prison, especially someone on parole. Parole rules are strict. You mess up, even in the smallest way, you're at risk. Something like fraud? That's more than enough to trigger a violation hearing. If GYPSY's found guilty, she could be charged with misrepresentation and fraud under Louisiana law. That could lead to a full parole review, revocation, and yes, being sent back to finish her sentence. And let's not forget, if she did use someone else's license, that person is in danger too. They could face fines, professional sanctions, even lose their license altogether. So now it's not just about GYPSY. She's potentially dragging other people into legal hot water too. And that's just classic GYPSY, because this whole situation? It's part of a pattern. She gets caught, she denies, she shifts the blame, or she distracts the public with something new. Always something. But this time, she might not be able to wiggle her way out. And let's talk about the other things she's been doing lately that people are side-eyeing. Like posting her newborn baby improperly strapped into a car seat while the car's moving, filming her baby crying uncontrollably, calling it colic, but not once trying to soothe her. Blowing raspberries in the baby's face even though the poor thing looked visibly uncomfortable. It's a bunch of little moments that together look not great. And now, there are even whispers that she's FaceTiming underage fans. Why is a grown woman on parole a video chatting with minors out of the blue? It's weird, it's inappropriate. And depending on the context, it could violate her parole too. When GYPSY Rose was released from prison, she didn't just walk out the gates, she walked straight into the spotlight with promises that sounded noble and transformative.
Did GYPSY Rose Blanchard violate her parole? Let's get into it. Because first it was Omi TV talking to minors, then it was furry filters acting like a furry. Now GYPSY Rose allegedly used someone's professional license to buy restricted salon products in Louisiana, baby. This timeline is fried and overprocessed. GYPSY posted a video of her shopping at Salon Centrics. Now, this is a pro-only store where you have to have a licensed cosmetologist ID to buy anything or be in cosmetology school. She filmed herself grabbing developer, lightener, and pro-only brands. These products are not open to the public. Now, Salon Centric later responded publicly saying a celebrity was able to shop in one of our B2B stores. We're investigating. And GYPSY, she commented saying she didn't know nothing about a license requirement, but was allegedly able to check out this one time only. Now, keep in mind, there's signs all over the store about them not selling to just anybody.
I'm just gonna say it. If GYPSY Rose gets a free pass to shop at Salon Centric, then I too want my one-day free pass to shop at Salon Centric because I have not dyed my hair in so long and I'm this close to getting a box. And I don't want to do that. I want to go to Salon Centric.
She told the world she was ready to use her story for good, to be a force for change in the broken prison system that she said failed her. She spoke about becoming a voice for the voiceless, someone who would stand up for those still trapped behind bars, especially the ones with no support and no platform. And to her credit, she even met with Kim Kardashian, a major figure in criminal justice reform, giving people hope that GYPSY might actually be serious about making a difference. But that fire? That drive? It burned out fast. Because after all the dramatic declarations, after all the buzz, nothing really happened. No campaigns. No reform work. No public education. Not even a social media post raising awareness for anyone but herself. Instead of activism, we got aesthetic. GYPSY's feed became full of beauty routines, sponsored content, mushy updates about her love life, and vague, new chapter energy. The girl who said she'd fight for the forgotten was suddenly all about filters and follower counts. And when people began calling out the disconnect, she tried to justify the silence. She told TMZ that parole restrictions were holding her back, that she couldn't associate with felons, so her hands were tied. But let's be real, prison reform doesn't start and end with talking to inmates. She didn't need to break parole to make a difference. She could have written letters, posted resources, collaborated with nonprofits, or just told the truth about what really goes on in the system. Nothing stopped her from doing that, except maybe lack of interest. And then there's Nick. The one person GYPSY refuses to talk about. He's still behind bars, serving life for a murder she helped plan. A man with developmental challenges. A man who did what she asked. A man who, love him or hate him, is sitting in a prison cell while she's out here making TikToks. She doesn't mention his name. She doesn't acknowledge him in interviews. And that silence? That's loud too. Because talking about Nick means revisiting her own accountability, and that's a door she clearly doesn't want to open. Now fast forward to the salon-centric incident, a whole other mess where she allegedly used someone else's license to buy professional products. She blamed the employee, deflected responsibility, and when things got heated, she doubled down instead of just apologizing and moving on. It wasn't just careless, it was calculated. And now, with a possible investigation underway, the consequences are serious. We're talking fraud, potential parole violations, and a real chance that she could end up back in court, or even behind bars again. And let's not forget the growing concerns around her parenting. From unsafe car seat use to filming her baby crying for content, people are starting to wonder if CPS should be stepping in. Add to that the rumors about her FaceTiming underage fans while on parole, and it's no wonder people are side-eyeing every move she makes. GYPSY has made it clear, she knows how to play the media game. She knows how to spin a story, stir up sympathy, and ride a wave of attention. But what she hasn't shown is growth, is follow-through, is real change. So now the question isn't just, will she be held accountable? It's, was she ever truly serious about any of it? Because right now, it's looking more and more like all the talk about reform and justice was just another temporary storyline, another performance that ended once the cameras stopped rolling. What do you think, babe? Is the truth finally catching up with her? Or is this just another situation she'll find a way to spin? Let me know in the comments, and you already know, like and subscribe if you want more deep dives like this. We're not done yet.